Ethan and Emilia were two adventurous young archaeologists who were hired to explore an ancient dungeon deep in the forest. The rumors of the place were that it was cursed, and whoever entered it never came back. However, their love for the thrill and the mystery surrounding the dungeon made them ignore all the warnings. As they delved deeper into the dungeon, they encountered strange symbols and eerie carvings on the walls. But nothing could have prepared them for what they found next. In the heart of the dungeon, they stumbled upon a large room filled with treasure and strange artifacts. As they were examining the artifacts, they heard a low growl coming from the shadows. Suddenly, a creature emerged from the darkness. It had the body of a lion, the wings of an eagle, and the tail of a snake. It was a chimera, a legendary monster from Greek mythology. Ethan and Emilia were frozen with fear, but they soon realized that they had triggered a trap and the chimera was there to protect the treasure. They tried to escape, but the chimera was too fast and powerful. Just when they thought all was lost, they noticed a small key in the treasure room that could open the way out. As they made their way to the key, Emilia, who had always been fascinated by the legends surrounding the dungeon, revealed that she had made a deal with the monster in exchange for the treasure. The chimera then attacked Ethan, leaving Emilia as the only one who knew the way out. Ethan woke up in a dark cell, with no memory of what had happened. He felt a sharp pain in his chest and realized that he had been marked by the monster. He knew that the only way to break the curse was to escape the dungeon and find the key, but with Emilia on the other side, he knew he had to be careful. As he made his way through the twists and turns of the dungeon, Ethan had several close encounters with the chimera. But he was determined to escape and break the curse. In the end, he found the key and unlocked the door, but not before having one last encounter with the chimera. Ethan managed to escape the dungeon and break the curse, but the memory of that night still haunts him to this day. He never forgot the look in Emilia's eyes as she betrayed him and made a deal with the monster. He knew that some things were not meant to be uncovered and that the curse of the dungeon would always remain. Years have passed since Ethan's escape from the dungeon, but the memory of that night still haunts him. He has dedicated his life to uncovering the truth about the curse and finding a way to rid himself of the mark left by the chimera. One day, he received a mysterious letter from Emilia, asking him to meet her at the entrance of the dungeon. Ethan was torn between his desire for answers and his fear of facing the monster again. However, he knew that this was his chance to finally uncover the truth. When Ethan arrived at the entrance of the dungeon, he was greeted by Emilia, who had aged considerably. She told Ethan that she had been haunted by the curse for years and that she needed his help to break it once and for all. She explained that the chimera was actually a powerful elemental that was bound to the dungeon by a spell, and that the curse could only be broken by a human sacrifice. Ethan was horrified to learn that the sacrifice was meant to be him. He had been marked by the chimera as the sacrifice, and it was his destiny to break the curse. Emilia offered to perform the sacrifice in his place, as she had made a deal with the monster and she felt responsible for everything that had happened. In a heart-wrenching moment, Ethan agreed to the sacrifice, knowing that it was the only way to break the curse and end the monster's reign of terror. Emilia stepped forward and, with tears in her eyes, plunged the key into Ethan's chest, breaking the curse and freeing the elemental. As the monster vanished into thin air, the dungeon crumbled to the ground, leaving Ethan and Emilia the only two left standing. Emilia then revealed that the key was actually a piece of the monster's soul, and that by sacrificing Ethan, she had released the monster's power, making it more powerful than ever before. Ethan realized too late that he had been used as a pawn in Emilia's game, and that the monster was not the only evil in the dungeon. He had been a victim of the curse, and his sacrifice had only made the monster stronger. As he took his last breath, he knew that the monster would haunt him forever, and that the curse of the dungeon would never truly be broken.